So, the message for today is quite an important one, and it's about holding space. Now, what does that actually mean? Holding space is something that most of the people I had around myself couldn't do. And it's something that people need to learn. It's something similar to I'm listening and I'm not judging. But I would say holding space goes even a little bit further than that. And it goes into the direction where you are listening to someone, and no matter what they tell you, you are not affected by it. Meaning, you are creating a space, an energy space, where for them it's okay to open up. And you yourself are watching after yourself, saying, okay, the place I want to be in is something where I can hold space. I have the energy to hold space, to not judge. I have the capacity to actually listen to you. And if you're not feeling well, it's in your choice to also tell someone, listen, today is really not a good day. And I have been doing that for quite some time actually, where I would tell people, look, I'd love to talk to you, but if I'm talking to you right now, I might not be the best friend I could be. And so I need some time to actually get some clarity in on getting back to myself, right? It's actually because I feel disconnected. I think this is very, very something we gotta learn as well, that if we are not feeling really well, if we are feeling off, we are disconnected from ourselves, and that's why we also cannot really give, okay? We cannot really hold this energy that comes at us. And so what happens often if we are getting reactive is that we think, yeah, but I mean, my situation is way worse than you, like, And then you get into that kind of space where you're kind of like shaming them or putting something onto them, projecting your own reality onto them. But holding space is actually a kind of I would really say it's a kind of a healing modality, okay? Because it's a neutral space you're creating, and you're creating that with a person. Now, what I like to do when I'm doing that is that I'm also telling the person, listen, I have maybe only capacity for a bit, I cannot hold 2 hours. And this is also not meant if someone is trying to dump like their whole BS onto you. See, there are differences in someone is sharing his or her life and trying to somehow get better, feel better, okay? Getting back into who they are from deep within, right? And then there is this other one, or this other kind of idea where I feel really bad. I know I'm bad, or I know I feel bad, and I'm dumping it onto you on purpose so I don't have to deal with it. So the second part where people are just, putting you and giving you all of that, that's not something you have to keep up with. Let's be very, very clear. Both of the people need to be in alignment with what the goal is of this conversation. And the goal is that I'm holding space for you, but you are not coming to me and kind of blaming me because you feel that my life is better than yours and you're such a poor one. You know what I mean? That's not the idea behind I'm holding space. Holding space really means that it's a kind of a neutral room. Of course, this is more on an energetic level where I'm not judging you for how you feel and what you're saying. And you have the level of awareness that maybe your little pity party may not be the full truth, you know? And you're very well already prepared yourself for this kind of talk. And I find that it's really rewarding for the person who is actually holding the space for someone, and also for the other person, because she or he learns to open up and to trust other people. I think this is a win-win, right? But it needs to be in the right area. It needs to be in the right settings. And you need to be in a position where you can trust someone, where someone also is honest and is okay for you too to hear when they're not ready. And you will not judge them for them not being ready, right? And you will, before you're doing that, you will actually clear your mind a little bit before. And you start to see what is it that is really bothering you, okay? Bring it into alignment. Bring it back here, okay? Learn to see what is it that really bugs me. What is it that makes me feel miserable? Because most of the time, it's actually something within you. It's because you're disconnected. It's because you lost the trail of who you really are. And it's not really about the outside world. But regardless, it actually helps to talk about it. It actually helps to feel some relief. But you got to do the preparation for that. And that's on both of you to do that preparation, to have a grounded kind of place, you know, to actually really give the support. And maybe, you know, this is also something I do in my coachings. You see, I offer one-on-one coachings that are exactly about that, where we hold space. I hold space. And in that setting, you are then mostly going to open up, and you're going to see things from a different perspective. And because of that, you're learning more about yourself. You're getting back into who you really are. And you're going to see more about who you really are. You're going to find other ways in doing things. You see, you're going to release things. And so if a friend of you cannot hold that space, then look around for someone who can coach you, for someone else, you know. You can also find the link in the description to have a pre-call booked with me, which is actually free, so it's not on your cost. And in this call, we are going to look into whether we can work together and whether your goals actually match with my own. If there is a commitment we can make together, right? And so if you want to know more about that, then have a look into below description. Now, this is really about something where I think is one of the most crucial things, to hold space for someone else. And yeah, I find it's quite pleasurable. I find it's quite joyful. Maybe that's also why I became a coach, is because I love the idea of reconnecting other people to themselves so they can see who they really are and they can see their own power, because I felt so powerless. So maybe that's also, I would actually strongly add that why I became a coach too, right? So all right, with this I would say we are on the end of this video. Let me know in the comment section, did you ever hold space in a conversation, and how did you prepare yourself to do that? How did you manage to really be in a neutral space? What did you do? Did you do some kind of practices before that? And yeah, let me know if this video has helped you. And thank you so much for watching. Consider to subscribe. You know, the more people we are and the more we share together, the better this gets. And so I'm always happy to see people all around the globe and to hear from you, how you're doing, where you're standing, and I'm curious to hear and see you. All right, thanks to you. Bye-bye.